All right, I'm here with Michael from Just Chocolate. He's out of Detroit. Is that right?
Yeah.
Michigan?
Yeah, that's
Michigan,
good.
we'll say.
That's fair,
That's how I
Michigan.
tell people I'm from Seattle because they don't know the rest of Washington. So he's from Michigan.
Right.
Michael, why don't you give us a rundown on what Just Chocolate is and how you interface with the cannabis industry and who you are?
Wow, how I interface with the cannabis industry lately is teaching the industry how to make edibles.
Cool.
Gummies, infused chocolate, various infused products that customers may come to me because they don't know how. So they realize they need the help and somebody to teach them.
Sure.
So that is kind of my contribution to the industry per se.
How'd you get into making chocolate?
Well, I'm a trained pastry chef. I went to school for it many years ago.
Yeah.
And then I've just kind of gravitated towards it. The why, everybody has their why.
Right.
I guess my why is a student a long time ago came up to me and was inquiring about making edibles for her mother who had breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Chef, how do you infuse THC?" And, I was, caught off guard. I was surprised. This is now 2004.
Right.
So this isn't what's going on right now. So it's new then, totally still. And that's kind of how it started. Like a light went off. I'm a pastry chef. Okay, how do you infuse it? The most basic way is the butter and all that kind of thing.
How do we make it taste good?
Right, exactly. So that's my why.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've been watching the Great British Bake Off lately.
Right.
So I got myself into baking.
Okay.
Made my first couple puff pastries the other day. Came out pretty good. So man, it's one of those. It's like cannabis chemistry for me. It's what you get into it, and all of a sudden you're hooked, and you're just down the wormhole baking just in general. So I feel that. So a lot of people are getting into chocolates, or more so gummies.
I would say the industry as a whole, gummies is number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like to say chocolates would be the second category. You can put hard candies, taffies, suckers, lollipops, caramels in another category, and then drinks.
Yeah. It's crazy. All of those, but specifically those first two, maybe three, gummies and chocolates. It's one of those things where, yeah, you can make them and you can do all right, but to make these things high quality, consistently reliable at scale is a whole different game.
Most people have a general idea, but then there are some people. There's just various levels in the industry of skill. There's, you know somebody who knows how to do those items, so you have more of a jumping off point.
Right.
Then you have people who have no clue. Those are kind of where my clients kind of come in. They have a license. They know they want to make edibles.
Right.
I need to know everything: how to build a kitchen, what equipment I need, a production schedule, staff,
For you,
training.
that's probably even a better customer.
Well, it's easier for me because I've done it my whole career, so I could always just provide the input.
Yeah.
And I always say, I'm just a tool to use for them to make a decision. I just provide the information so they can make a decision.
Do you just work out of Michigan, or are you kind of all over?
Well, Michigan is where I live now, where I currently work, but I travel all across the country. I'm one of the few chefs that have been from Alaska to Maine,
Okay.
and have been in all of these states for one reason or another.
Right on.
I kind of benchmarked cannabis back in like maybe 2016 and trying to travel the country as well and seeing what people were doing, what the market was like and things like that.
Did you go anywhere like notable that had some kind of crazy edible market or anything?
No, I mean, California was pretty wild a few years ago when you had 1,000 milligram edibles.
Yeah, Washington Medical was like that too.
And you can put them, you had them in the fridge. I think Cordova had a nice big 1,000 milligram brownie. I remember all those brands. I know there's a lot of great cannabis out there. I think Seattle has some great cannabis when I was out there. Alaska. Michigan does as well. I brought some with me. I was sharing it with the guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't say one state is the best. I understand the lore and the history and
and there was a long time where California was when nobody else was doing it at all.
Correct.
But good weed grows all over.
Right.
And
exactly.
Once enough people are if you've got 10 people growing weed, one of them's probably growing good weed, right?
I would hope.
If you got
that's
10%, right? If you got 100,000 people growing weed, you got to have at least one person growing good weed.
Right.
So there is, and Michigan blew me away the first time I went. I had no idea the culture or the market there. That the solvent list in Michigan is rivals the best.
There's some quality products out there, some quality guys doing some good stuff.
The difference is that you're not going to get like full term outdoor weed like you do in not as well, right? And that could be like I live on the coast of Washington. I'm not growing outdoor full term weed. It's impossible.
I don't smoke outdoors. It's just not my thing. I'm indoor. I'm kind of a connoisseur kind of thing.
How about some light assist?
No.
Fancy term for you know what if your indoor facility had a skylight? Would that upset you?
I don't know.
If I let sunlight through every now and then.
See, I'm a smell guy. I go by smell and
Uh-huh.
look. If I smell it, it smells really
Fire.
and it's got that
Yeah,
citrus
it
or
looks
piney
good.
or whatever, and it looks good, and you can see the
Yeah.
crystals, then I know for
Yeah,
me.
and you'll smoke it.
Right.
And if afterwards someone said that had a little bit of sunlight
Then I
on
wouldn't
it,
care.
you wouldn't be mad.
No, of course not.
For sure.
But I just know I don't like outdoor.
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
that. I don't like that chlorophyll-y, homegrown taste. It's just,
Yeah.
That's just me.
I feel it. No.
But I don't touch any of the plants. For me, it's all. I'm a guy who gets a jar of distill it usually and says, okay, show me what to do with that. So
Have you
that's
done
what
anything
happens.
with the hash rosin or anything?
A little bit, but the people who are doing it and I haven't come across clients for that.
Okay.
Again, most of my clients are
Yeah.
some MSOs, some individual startups, from people who are housewives who have a license, no lie, to just your average person who has a license and now wants to make edibles. They've been in the game, they're doing extracts, now they want to make edibles.
Diversify a little bit.
But no, I travel quite a bit. California, Michigan, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Boston, all over California, pretty much,
Yeah.
all the way from San Diego to
Named
Sacramento.
The big markets right
Right.
there. Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Anything else you want to tell us or we should know about? Where can we find you?
You can go to _just.chocolate for my Instagram. My LinkedIn is TH Confections.
Okay.
One for that. I have a webpage is www.thconfections.com, and that's pretty much my page for my site and everything.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been a pleasure talking with you today, and we might have to go check out some of that Michigan extracts that you brought with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Cool.
Thank you.